What happens when one of the world's most iconic luxury cars gets reimagined by a tuner known for turning elegance into intimidation? The Rolls-Royce Phantom by ONYX Concept doesn't just whisper wealth, it growls with authority. This isn't the Phantom you've seen gliding through Beverly Hills. From its aggressively redesigned bodywork to its commanding road presence, it feels less like a chauffeur ride and more like a statement of power. But does transforming a symbol of quiet luxury into a brutal sedan enhance its appeal or go too far? And more importantly, is this the bold future of ultra-high-end automobiles? Let's find out. Rolls-Royce has always represented the gold standard of quiet luxury, but the Phantom by ONYX Concept takes that legacy in an entirely new direction. The Phantom itself has been the flagship of elite travel for decades, favored by royalty, executives, and anyone who prefers power delivered in silence. But ONYX isn't interested in subtlety. Known for transforming high-end vehicles into bold custom masterpieces, they've turned this already commanding sedan into something far more aggressive and visually dominant. This version of the Phantom isn't aimed at the traditional chauffeur-driven buyer. It's designed for those who want the elegance of Rolls-Royce with the street presence of a supercar. People who don't just arrive, but make an entrance. And in a market where personalization and statement design are becoming as important as comfort and prestige, this build hits a nerve. We're about to explore what ONYX has changed, what it means for the Phantom's identity, and whether this reimagined luxury icon is redefining the future of bespoke performance sedans, or simply challenging tradition for the sake of style. The details might surprise you. From the moment you see it, the ONYX Phantom doesn't just stand apart from a factory Rolls-Royce. It almost looks like it comes from a different universe. The first thing that grabs your attention is the body kit. ONYX has widened the stance, sharpened the lines, and dropped the ride height just enough to give it an almost intimidating profile. The traditional elegance of the Phantom is still there, but now it carries a visual edge that feels closer to a luxury battleship than a chauffeur cruiser. Up front, the redesigned bumper features aggressive air intakes that look more like something you'd see on a performance SUV than a Rolls-Royce sedan. The grille remains iconic, but the darker accents give it a stealth-like finish instead of the usual polished chrome shine. The spirit of ecstasy still leads the way, but in this version, it feels less ornamental and more like a figurehead on a vessel built for dominance. Move along the side and you'll notice the oversized custom alloy wheels, often finished in black or brushed metallic, that completely change the car's posture. Paired with low-profile tires and extended arches, the Phantom's already massive proportions feel even more formidable. And despite the muscular redesign, ONYX keeps the signature coach doors intact, preserving the one feature no luxury automaker dares to imitate.
In the rear, the upgrades continue with a sculpted diffuser, reworked tailpipes, and a subtle spoiler integrated into the trunk line. It's still unmistakably a Phantom, but now it carries the kind of presence that would make even a Lamborghini owner do a double take at a stoplight.
Under the hood, the Phantom's 6.75-liter V12 remains the powerhouse of the operation. In its standard form, this engine produces around 563 horsepower and an effortless 664 pound-feet of torque. ONYX typically focuses on cosmetic and dynamic enhancements rather than full engine overhauls. But the Phantom's natural power is already more than enough to push this nearly 3-ton sedan from 0 to 60 in about 5.1 seconds without breaking a sweat. It's not meant to roar, but even in silence, it moves with the confidence of something unstoppable. Inside, the cabin remains a sanctuary. The ONYX treatment usually brings in darker themes, contrast stitching, carbon fiber or piano black trims, and occasionally illuminated elements that replace the more traditional wood veneers. Imagine stepping into a private jet that's been redesigned by someone with a taste for performance aesthetics. Still refined, but now a touch rebellious. Every surface is either leather, metal, or high-grade composite, and Rolls-Royce's signature Starlight headliner becomes even more dramatic against the darker interior palette. Technology remains discreet but ever-present. Hidden screens, a near-silent audio system, and one of the world's smoothest suspension setups mean passengers still feel insulated from the outside world, no matter how aggressive the exterior appears. It's a car built for those who want to be comfortable, but also want the world to know they're not blending in. Of course, this kind of personalization comes at a cost. And while the standard Rolls-Royce Phantom already starts well into the $500,000 range, the ONYX conversion pushes it significantly higher. The big question is, do the upgrades justify the added price, or does the Phantom lose part of its identity in the pursuit of attitude? We'll get into that, and the one area where this build might surprise even its critics, in the next section. Here's where things take a turn most people don't see coming. You look at the ONYX Phantom and expect all presence, no performance. A showpiece, a statement car for red carpets and paparazzi flashes. But the moment it hits the road, everything changes. The first surprise isn't the speed, it's the silence at speed. Even with the wider tires and aggressive aero kit, the cabin stays eerily calm. You press the throttle, and the 6.75-liter V12 responds like it's moving silk instead of steel. No drama, no hesitation, just smooth, unstoppable pull. For a car weighing over 5,700 pounds, the acceleration feels almost paranormal.